Do it. Do it right. Suck it good. Lick this pussy just like you should. My neck. My back. Lick my. Nah, just kidding. Sorry. I just got right into it. We just started. I just realized something. If this is episode 1, dude, I don't even have like a fucking like real, because you know how back in the days, like, what's up, what's Cody family, it's,
So
so
you're
it's
not. So you're not doing that no more.
no, I mean, well, if it's a new podcast, we got to kind of switch it up and shit, at least that's the way I see it. But I mean, fine, rough draft. Salutations, compadres. I don't know.
Because what if you were to describe this new podcast or whatever the style of it? Like, how would you describe it?
I feel like I just still wanted to keep it the same, but what ultimately I wanted to do was, like, I guess, okay, because that's actually a good intro into the actual podcast. Because basically, this is episode 1 of Tony's Titillating Tidbits. Okay? I still wanted to keep the name within the Tony sphere. But, I mean, if we're going to go right into it, I mean, of course, we're going to have to explain what the fuck happened to the Tony Talks podcast, which was my first original attempt at wanting to go into podcasting.
Yeah, we just have problems with with the higher ups. Shit was just getting too crazy. They was just not trying to pay us.
Yeah, a lot of legal battles, a lot of legal suits, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, But no, in reality, I felt like now that it's gone, I kind of feel like, okay, like, I feel like that was the feeling of me closing a chapter. You feel me?
Mm.
Because for a little backstory of the podcast, I literally made the podcast in 2020 during, like, the height of the whole freaking, like, the whole mandate shutdown, stay at home order and stuff like that. So I wasn't doing anything. I fucking wasn't, like, and then thankfully the EDD money was hidden back during them COVID times, and I wasn't a dumbass about it, so I had a little bit saved up. So I just went and bought me, I bought a fucking little mini single solo freaking like voice audio recorder and shit, like my first, box. And I got myself a refurbished fucking MacBook that I'm still using to this day. And it's I basically just kind of in a quick flash and kind of just the spur of the moment situation created the podcast. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I barely figured out how to use that shit. And then, recording was, like, it was weird at first because it's like I only had one microphone. And, I could talk, but at the same time, at that time, it was just like, well, now I'm kind of obligated to because I want to have a decent runtime and shit. So I slowly had to learn. And then, I mean, a couple episodes, were kind of cool. I kind of treated it more like it was just like a little hobby at first, But then, funny enough, when I linked with UG, and then we did our episode, and that was actually when I upgraded my single to the one I have now, my Focusrite.
Yeah.
And we did our episode, and you really liked it, and then you said in the past that was kind of like your first real chance to kind of come out of your shell and shit like that. Because, I mean, before that, were you even podcasting?
No, man. Like, I mean, my intention was just to help you with whatever you needed, as far as like equipment, recording, like editing or whatever you were going to need. And my intention was never to, get on the mic and, speak or whatever. Yeah, I could have been a guest and stuff. But I was never like thinking, oh, yeah, we're going to keep doing this, like you and me and stuff.
That's true. And you know what? I think it's also the Element G Studio that, I kind of like, saw like the beginnings of and stuff like that. I remember when it was just a garage and I helped you clean it out a bit and, scraped off the floors and stuff like that. And then you turn it into a studio. And well, since I didn't have really nothing to do, because I think around that time I had already gotten a job, but it was still during COVID time. So literally all I would just do was just go to work and then come back. So basically I would just like just go to your fucking place and record and stuff like that, because you were cool enough to let me record in the studio now that you got everything, because I think the studio came, and then after that, that's when you got your equipment and stuff, right?
Well, the equipment I had it already.
No, actually, no. You had it for a cool minute because I
Yeah,
remember, yeah, back when I used to do Buzz Talk, that's where I met you, and then you had the equipment
yeah,
because you were also helping out Micho and Caveman and stuff like that because they want to do a podcast.
yeah. Because initially I had bought that equipment because I was recording, my own stuff, like just it was just for fun. I was just investing in shit just so I could just try shit out. Because prior to what I'm doing now, like I was always interested in music and like I'm not gonna say I was trying to be a rapper, but like rap has always been like a.
First of all, G, you're a pretty damn good rapper, so give yourself a little credit, man.
I mean, I wouldn't say a rapper, but yeah, I mean that was always something I was interested in, and like
I'm not a rapper, but
I
don't
was
push me.
investing in equipment just so I could just fuck around. It was just more of a hobby and stuff. But then, once people like. I started seeing people were getting into like doing their own thing, like Mincho and Caveman, like they were doing their little podcast. I was like, oh, that's dope. I mean, let them borrow my equipment. I mean, like they needed something. They needed mics and stuff. So I'm like, I'm not really doing too much with it. So let me help them out with this. So then we started doing that. And then once I met you guys uh for Buzz Talk, and then same thing, because I like ever since you met me, like I told you, like I like collaborating. I like to do creative shit.
Mm-hmm.
So once I saw that you guys had that passion for it, I was like, all right, let's work on something.
Yeah, and then so once the studio came, you really created like a proper space for you to do that. And then I guess I just started coming over more and more because that's when you were inviting everybody. And that's when we kind of had that sick ass like summer during COVID when we were doing shit with like Mono a Mono and just going to events and things like that. And then, yeah, at the end of the day, we'd always just kick it at your place. Like at one point during like 2020, 2021, like G's place was like the spot, bro. Like people would just pull up, we hang out, we just do shit, and then of course that would give me more time to record, and then slowly but surely G would get he would get in the fucking mix with the recordings more and more. Granted, it was mainly when we were lit because Rush was pouring them drinks and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that, so G got a little more confident, and then I think it just kind of happened. Literally, it just got to a point where we're like, all right, well now you're gonna be my fucking co-host now. And then I started incorporating that into the intro and shit like that. So basically that's like the early journey of Tony Talks. And then it was cool because it was manageable during the time where I didn't have a lot going on. But just recently, like I want to say 2024 and then now 2025, I feel like, and even the end of 2023, I want to say, basically that got, like that point, a lot of stuff had changed in my life. As a matter of fact, even go back to like, actually, damn, I think it was just 2020 and 2021 where shit was just like really popping for us.
Yeah.
Like I think we literally just were like two peas in a fucking pod and shit like that. And it was like, well, now that that era was over, I felt like it just kind of became, because we had like a routine, but then as life changed, it kind of got hard to maintain that routine and shit. So I was just like, well, I could still do the pod, but it probably won't be as regularly as we wanted to. And then slowly, like as more of life, as shit changed in my life, the more difficult it got to like be able to pod, even do other things that I like stand up and shit. So I wasn't able to do stand up like that, but I still was going here and there, and then I treated podcasting like that. I was like here and there, and I was like, listen, well, I don't not want to do a podcast, so basically, I was like contemplating like either giving up like just erasing the pod because of all the shit we were dealing with litigation wise, but also just maybe just kind of use that as an opportunity to kind of start over, because it was either that or just erase all the TTP episodes and just start TTP from scratch. But then I realized, like, you know what? I feel like this is gonna be a good, like, kind of like little, symbolic thing for me to like close that chapter in my life and maybe now focus on still being able to do this and other things that I love, but like incorporate that to the new changes that came into my life and shit. Like, for instance, like this first episode's being recorded in my house.
Mm-hmm.
I did, like before it was always Element G's fucking studio or whatever the hell I can record, like either mobily or whatever. But now I have my own place, so now I can actually fucking, record here anytime I want. So that gives me an opportunity to kind of like create a new, like, I guess a new attempt at making content, because before, that's how like the podcasting shit started. I literally was like fucking whatchamacallit, like just recording solo at first in the beginning. So I was like, why not maybe use that more now, but now, be a little more comfortable because I have my own space and shit. So that's what basically, to make a long story fucking short, I basically just deleted the pod, deleted the Instagram profile, which I now realize, I'm like, dude, I could just fucking literally put that in my fucking, like, I could just upload the podcast in my own fucking personal Instagram, which already has most of the people like, network and coordinate with on the regular. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. So for those people that want to know, I'm just gonna upload it on my profile, because it's like, it's episode 1, and I mean, for me to really like make its own fucking profile, I feel like it really needs to like be at a certain level and shit. So I'm not gonna go in and just go all crazy like that at first. I feel like I definitely want to take gradual steps with this podcast, but also focus more on taking everything I've learned from like Tony Talks and now incorporating it to this podcast. So that way I can kind of like do this a bit more easier. Like literally right before we started recording, like me and G were working out the kinks for the audio, so I could at least hear myself now. And like, also this is gonna be on YouTube, because we realized that that's basically like a given platform where you can just upload your stuff. So we're like, why the fuck not? Until we get this shit really off the ground, then we'll focus on other stuff. But I mean, everybody has access to YouTube, so that'll be something simple that we can do. So we're gonna do that. And yeah, dude, that's pretty much it on kind of the whole journey of like now making this new podcast. So welcome now to fuck, did I forget the name already? No,
Tony's tiddling.
Tony's titillating tidbits. I'm trying my best not to say tits too much, like emphasis on the tit for titillating, because yeah. But basically though, the structure of this podcast is gonna pretty much stay the same. Like me and G are gonna be conversating and shit like that, because at the end of the day, there's always time for you to talk about shit. So it is what it is. Because trust me, there's a lot to talk about right now, dude. Because fucking me and G, as you know, we're fellow Angelinos right now, dude. It's a fucking war zone out there, dude. G, would you agree? Well, I mean, I'm sorry. The news said they didn't want it to call. They don't want us to call it a war zone or whatever the fuck they're saying, dude. Either way, it's a fucking mess, dude.
Yeah, I mean, everything that we've been seeing online, I mean, as much as they're trying to like downplay it, we've been part of certain manifestations, rallies, protests, whatever you want to call it. So we kind of have seen it, up close and see how a
Seen
lot
it
of
too
times,
much, goddammit.
a lot of times, stories do get what do you call it? They try to flip the stories, definitely. Like if you're not there on the streets, you don't really know what's really going down. Yeah, like a lot of stuff. Yeah, like we see it on social media, and the way that it's portrayed on the news. Sometimes either it's a little bit exaggerated, or sometimes that is the way that it's happening. But right now, like the way that they're just trying to like make it seem, all these people are just causing havoc on the city. I mean, there's a reason for everything. It's not just the protesters doing that, and maybe it's not even none of the protesters, or just like a small group of them. But definitely, there's other shit that goes down, under all that. That there's certain people that infiltrate these protests. Definitely, that are the ones causing all the shit, and then unfortunately, the people who are actually trying to like fight for the cause also get blamed for it. And I mean, that's just the sad part of this whole shit.
Yeah, it's a repeating cycle. Like this happens all the time. It's like, yeah, it's always social media versus like the mainstream media and stuff like that. Because I mean, I've been keeping up with this stuff because at least the mainstream media has the resources to like kind of make this shit happen live. With the helicopters and all this shit like that. They got aerial views of all this stuff. Sorry, Diet Coke. But at the same time, I feel like social media is definitely a tool that's been used to really fucking make this shit, like, get the word out quickly, Because, I mean, okay, for those people that are living under a fucking rock, or at least not in Los Angeles, although I'm sure this is probably at the national news right now. There's mass protests going on in the central downtown to South LA area because there have been unwarranted ICE raids all of a sudden because reasons. I don't know. I mean, it's the Trump administration, which is crazy because actually, the more I thought about it in the shower after I whacked it, that post nut clarity, I kind of realized I really think this dude is like doing what he's doing only because, I mean, so far in this guy's first year in office, he hasn't accomplished anything he said he was going to do. He was like, oh, I'm going to end the war in Gaza. Still going on. Oh, I'm going to cause a ceasefire between UK and Russia. Barely any whisper of if even a fucking hope for a meeting for a ceasefire. And he was like, I'm going to fucking give tariffs to China and all those people. And then he ended up not doing it because he realized it's a stupid fucking idea. So it's like, so far, homie's batting 0, bro. So I feel like now he's going to kind of like, dust off old reliable. And he's all like, well, I'm always the pro, anti-immigration fucking president. So then that's why he's doing this. And then it's just turning into an even bigger shit show because first, it's the cops, and then after the it's the cops and ICE, and then after that, now it's the National Guard, and then apparently now we got Marines coming too now because it's just a lot of civil unrest going on. In fact, a curfew is supposed to be, enacted today and shit like that. So, make sure to not be out in the street. Well, it's mostly in the downtown area because that's where like most of the real rallies and stuff are happening, close to like the federal buildings and things like that, and the detention centers. But yeah, it's basically so far. I mean, like, when did this shit start? Like last Friday?
I think on the weekend, no? Yeah.
Yeah, like last Friday. I could have sworn I heard something about last Friday, but then no, Saturday and Sunday was popping. Like literally, it was kind of weird because
this morning I did see that other states are starting to do it too.
Yeah, New York is starting to do it. Texas, just a lot of places now who have a mostly Hispanic, thing. So I feel like LA was kind of like ground zero, and then it just kind of started to spread everywhere and shit like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just sad the way that they're doing this shit. I mean, definitely all the
I know, and the fact that it's getting closer and closer to where the fuck we stay at and shit,
the business agenda behind it too.
Yeah,
incarcerating all these people, and then they're making money off of that shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, like, I don't care what you say, bro. Like you can, like, oh, like, this is the we talking too, but it's just like people are trying to say like, no, like this is like we're only going after like fucking the people who are suspected of illegal activity and who are illegal. But it's just like you see all these videos of these dudes breaking fucking windows and pulling people apart from their children and shit like that. Like, bro, I don't know how you guys want to keep spinning it, And then it's also like dumb that people are just like, listen, I'm all for, protesting and stuff like that, but this is just straight anarchy. Is like, well, we got a bunch of fucking civilians going up against the National Guard, ICE, people who are fucking loaded to the gills, like armed to the teeth with like military grade equipment, like shooting fucking protesters and shit, with like these like riot pellet resistant fucking, stuff. And it's just like, well, yeah, that's good. I mean, you're telling us to be peaceful, but at the same time, you're coming with every intention to not be peaceful. You look the least peaceful out of the both of us and shit because you guys are armed. You guys are like a fucking army, dude.
Exactly.
And here we are just, rocking fucking bandanas and masks and shit like that, throwing rocks. And
how the fuck are the protesters supposed to protect themselves? I mean,
not only that, too, but it's just like, yeah, like the opposite side is not doing their part to try to give us the understanding that maybe it is a quote unquote, like, peaceful protest or something lawful happening. Like there's too much chaos going on, and then the fact that, like you said, people are spinning it one way, people are spinning it the other way. Like people are just like, oh, like they see pictures of people waving the Mexican flag, and it's just like, protesting ICE, but waves their flag. Why don't they go back to their countries? Like that's not the point. The point is they're waving their fucking flag because that's basically we're trying to show you the people that are at risk right now, the people that are being oppressed. Yeah, because it's like people waving Mexican flags, El Salvadorian flags, Guatemalan flags, like all the flags of Hispanic people that are being targeted. Like, it's just like letting you know, like, this is why we're doing it for. Not for the country of Mexico, but for the people who come from that area, who came to this country to just work and who've been here for decades, but are only now being viewed as criminals. It's like you're only viewed as criminals when it's convenient for what some political measure, like, means, you know?
Yeah, I was watching this video of this dude that said, like, you know, if ICE was actually doing their job, like, they would probably be getting praised right now. Like, if they were actually going out there and doing what they said they were gonna be doing, like looking for the actual criminals and doing all that shit, cleaning the, you know, you'll be doing a service for the country, for the people, if you really are looking for criminals, but you're not doing that shit. That's why people are just so mad right now.
Yeah, and it's just also like the fear mongering too, dude. It's like these people are outside of graduations, they're fucking outside of like courtrooms or outside of like people's businesses and shit like that. It's just like, how could you not say it's a fucking invasion, dude? Like, this is looking like some fucking World War III type shit. Fucking military jeeps just in the fucking middle of a fucking Ralph's.
That shit's crazy.
Or outside of a fucking Northgate market or next to a school.
And it's so close to home. The fact that they're just, well, they're causing more fear than anything. Like, how do you expect people to even feel
Yeah,
safe?
like how do you even expect people to cooperate with whatever your mission you're trying to accomplish if you're like this fucking, you know, like this fucking crazy. And I don't want people to beam too. Like, I feel like the government, you know, isn't like the local government is also kind of like really like not. They're walking on eggshells with this shit because one minute they're like, this is wrong, da 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 da, but then these are the same people enacting curfews and shit. So it's just like, well, in a way, you're really just kind of not really finding solutions. You're just like, just have people go away, and then, you know, well, like you swear there are people gonna listen to a fucking curfew.
Mm-hmm.
Like, also, not to mention, like, right now, nobody has any faith in the current fucking government in Los Angeles. I mean, we just got done with the fires. We can't find the fucking LA fire aid because the $10 million just somehow that they raised just suddenly disappeared, or we're filling up people's paychecks, and then whatever scraps the left were actually given to the people affected by the fires. So people were already pissed about that. And then them not even able to protect their own fucking citizens. You got Gavin Newsom being like, oh, well, I don't care what they do, just leave my citizens alone, arrest me. I'm like, well, bro, you're the governor. You can actually do something. Same thing with the mayor of Los Angeles, bro. I'm like, you can do something about it. You know, you can really, because that's the thing. They want to keep their position. So on paper they'll say the right things, but then their actions say otherwise. Because there's not really any initiative. Like, it's taking local government instead of the governor to tell the fucking cops that they're not gonna fucking, like, Glendale just announced that they weren't gonna fucking, you know, like, support the police or have their police, like, you know, look for people with ICE and shit like that. You know, like, it took Glendale's local government to enact that. And then of course I'm hoping all that's gonna spread around to eventually everywhere. But it's just like, you can literally like just throw like fucking like legislative Hail Marys to be like, no, dude, like, our city's a sanctuary city. This state voted for it. This and this and that. Like, there's no like all this stuff that they could be really doing, but they would be sticking their necks out a little too far than they're comfortable doing. You know, because Gavin Newsom still has a boner for this dream of him being president one day. And then same thing with Karen Bass with dreams of being governor or senator one day. You know, it's like they just it's like, that's why we're fucking, it's the way shit is. You know, you give people a fucking match and then you're fucking like, and then you're confused as to how there's fires everywhere and shit. No pun intended, because I know we just had one. Apparently there was one going up in Burbank for the protests or something like that. Like, there was a little bit of a fire going on there too. But it's just like, yeah, like a lot of this stuff, like, bro, literally all they have to do is just tell, and this is, I know I'm simplifying this, but the government should just, the senators, the governor should rally through, go to Congress and say, listen, I don't give a fuck what he says he is. It's like, I'm enacting, you know, because I forgot what fucking amendment that was. Shit. Damn it, the marijuana and the Diet Coke is failing me on my history of fucking my political science major and shit. Hold on. Amendment for states' rights. The 10th Amendment. Yeah, the 10th Amendment, primarily associated with the states' rights, It explicitly states that the powers not delegated to the federal government by the Constitution nor prohibited to the states are reserved to the states respectfully or to the people. This amendment clarifies that states retain all powers not specifically granted to the federal government. So it's like local government with the 10th Amendment has at least a little bit of a wiggle room to try to just, really create like a legislative blockade to be like, listen, I don't care what you say. We're enacting our 10th Amendment to fucking really stand as our own state. Our people don't want the National Guard there. They don't want, ICE there. So they got to fucking scram. I don't care what you say. You can't just all of a sudden wave a fucking wand and willy-nilly you got fucking half of fucking ICE in the army just ravaging the streets of Los Angeles, You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying.
Like, but that's the thing. They don't. So then don't be surprised that you're getting the response that you're fucking getting right now. Like, fucking, the city's literally burning, bro, because we literally just got done with the fires. Before that, what the fuck else was something that was going on in Los Angeles? Not before the fires. I know there was...
Like before COVID shit or what?
No, after COVID. Because after COVID... That's when, like, the homeless encampment shit came, and then the fucking BLM protests happened, those riots and stuff like that, and then fires.
Well, the Palestine protests.
Oh, the Palestine protests. All the stuff with the Gaza stuff, and then Ukraine, and then so yeah, it's like Ukraine protests, fucking Gaza Strip protests, and motherfucking whatchamacallit, and then the fires, and then now this. It's like we really can't catch a fucking break, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. And then that just only goes to show you, like, what's next, dude.
Yeah.
It's really fucking crazy.
Dude, and it's felt like we're only like halfway through the year. But
I know, dude.
Just felt like it's already been.
It felt like it's been a fucking eternity, dude.
That's just wild.
Dude, it's so fucking wild, bro. Jesus motherfucking Christ. But, we'll only get better when it's over. So we gotta stand together. And maybe don't go throw rocks, bro. Throw hugs, all right? Or at least be a man. Throw some hands, Tell ICE, yo, listen. You think I'm illegal? Put the gun down right now, bro. You and me run the fade. If I beat your ass, bro, you let me go. If you beat my ass, fuck it, I'll go. Because I got papers either way, so I just wanted to run the squabble with ICE real quick, on the dead homies.
Hey, they should do that shit that way.
I know. Sometimes we need to go back to old-fashioned, like human law, Like, listen, fuck it. Trial by combat, bro.
How do you, what do you call it?
Like, to be honest, bro, if we were living by the law of man, dude, fucking Trump, he would have been like, all right, fine. Any fucking illegal immigrant that crosses the border, you got to run the fade once with somebody from ICE. If you beat the brakes off of them, God damn it, you're strong enough to get into this country. So fuck it,
Imagine that shit. I mean, that shit would at least be a little bit more fair.
Yeah. At least they earned it,
Because right now, what the fuck are they doing? These motherfuckers are just arresting them. They don't even care. Like, they're beating them, like, the way that they're treating women, too.
Yeah.
Like, they just forcefully doing that shit. So now imagine being able to actually fight back, fight your way out of it, and it's legal. Then that shit would make it a little bit more fair.
Not only that, too, it's old-fashioned and it's fair, bro. 2 hands, 2 feet. Just get it on, bro. There should be an octagon at the border, bro. Or like a wrestling ring, bro. First one to get pinned, count of 3. Oh, or fucking ladder match? Fucking papers or green card is right up there, bro. Come on, fam. Because, I mean, Trump's been in WWE, so, I mean, he's a businessman.
That motherfucker what was it? I think he got
he got stunned, bro. He got stone cold stunned. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give our people a chance, bro. Because we know Lucha Libre, dog. We'll get down. You know what I'm saying?
He needs to get stunned again.
Hell yeah, he needs to get stunned again, bro. That's crazy. Bro. You know who else needs to get stunned, my boy? Oh, God. And my lady, bro, I've been talking this shit off to her ear like crazy. Okay, look. Oh, my God. Hold up. I'm gonna turn these mics off real quick. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, mics are back on. Wait, mics. Let me get the audio
Testing,
right.
testing.
Testing. Okay, for sure. Mics are on. So basically, I said the name. So okay, fine. You don't know him, but let me give you a little. Let me give you a little backstory here. Okay. Me and a lot of people that I know and live in this community went to school with that guy, and it wasn't the most popular. And he did some weird things, like weird in the sense of like something's off about the guy.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not all there or something of that nature and shit like that. So, to make a long story short, he recently was caught in a pedophile sting operation
Oh shit.
on a la To Catch a Predator type shit, bro. Like
televised or like?
no, it's on a YouTube. It was one of those YouTube To Catch a fucking
shit.
yeah, bro. Because you know how those things are popping right now.
Yeah.
So basically,
Is it the what's his name? The
no, it's not the ones that beat up the people.
not the Vlad TV or who?
No, yeah, no, not the ones that run the. I mean, they roughed him up a bit, but that's only because he was trying to make a run for it. But no. I know, bro. You're telling me,
So you
dude.
saw him on YouTube?
Yeah, no, because I found out because people in the community were spreading the video around, dude.
And that's like recent.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, so because my homie, one of my homeboys. Shout out my homeboy. I'm trying my best not to use names here, because and I'm like, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. This guy's a fucking pedophile. Who gives a shit?
No, because I do remember you had telling me a similar story about somebody also like that you guys went to school with. I don't know if it's the same dude, but you had told me about someone, and I just assumed it was that same person. But
No. Well, it was not that person. It was somebody completely different. I'm not gonna lie. The worst part was that like after this shit came out, like everybody would like started like airing out their dirty laundry with experiences of that guy. Like, oh yeah, he'd message me and he would say some really weird stuff, and like he'd be saying some really perverted shit. And then my homie was like, oh yeah, like this dude was a weirdo. Like this dude was like fucking messaging middle schoolers while he was a senior in high school and shit, And I'm like, that's gross, dude. But at the time we didn't really take it like that, because I'm like, well, I mean, technically speaking, he hasn't crossed that legal line. But broski, when I tell you this fucking guy, so according to the arrest record, this happened in March. So to make a long story short, this dude started messaging a fucking decoy on Instagram, and right out the gate, bro. Right out the gate, she's just like, hey, so I lied about my age. I'm not 18. I'm 14. And he was like, oh, man. Well, he didn't say this exactly, but he said something along the lines of, oh, man. Anyways, and then he just kept messaging her. And then it got really weird and then throughout the whole conversation, because like I said, this is like a 1-hour video, dude. And they post the text chats,
like the whole investigation. And
yeah,
shit.
like literally, like I'm saying, like on some real To Catch a Predator type shit. Like they show you the messages back and forth. He's over here like fucking sending her selfies, and bro, the conversation just gets worse and worse and worse, dude. Literally, he keeps repeating that he knows that what he's doing is wrong, that he can go to jail type shit. Like literally, like bro. First of all, you should have. We'll get to that, but let me finish. So the conversation gets worse and worse and worse. So basically this dude, his job was to be a caretaker for some old guy, and he lived like in a 2-story house or something like that. Long story short, apparently he linked up with a 16-year-old like 3 to 4 months before this sting operation.
Oh, shit.
And like took her to like the fucking place where the dude lived, where he took care of him, and like went and like they did it, and he recorded this shit on his iPad.
What the?
So this dude was basically making like fucking sex tapes with a 16-year-old dude, according to his shit, because he was even like, yeah, like it was 16 and she, we did it, and then we we made some sex tapes and this and that. He's like, I can show them to you when I see you if you want, type shit. I'm just
what
like,
the fuck?
right. I'm like,
Wait,
what?
so he was texting this to the
To
other?
the decoy, the person that he thinks is this 14-year-old girl, which is actually an adult girl who's like,
The fuck?
had to be the decoy and shit. But yeah, dude. And then bro. And then he keeps going. And then long story short, it escalates to basically him going from LA to fucking Glendale to a fucking like 1-star hotel. Like, them, like, it's not a motel, but it's like technically a hotel, like an inn or whatever. And fucking like he made the trip out after work to go link up with this fucking person. And he gets into the room. Also, oh my god, this guy's fucking retarded. So in the video, when he goes in, the whole room has hidden cameras. And the adult person that was talking to him, that was doing the messages, pretending to be the 14-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Because she was even pretending to be the 14-year-old girl on the phone. She was using like a young, hello, hi, type voice. Like, also the phone calls were fucking, ugh. Fucking chills up your fucking spine, dude. And so he went to the fucking, to that, we'll call it a motel. Fuck it was a motel. It was a fancy motel. He went and he like saw the woman, and bro, clearly she's an adult. And this is what I mean. I think this guy's like slightly retarded, because he literally saw this woman that, I mean, if any fucking person with a brain on their fucking shoulder can tell you that's a full grown woman. She like, wow, you're 14? You look way older than 14. She's just like, thanks. She's like, you're beautiful. And I was like, my boy, are you that fucking retarded? And so long story short, she hits him with the good old To Catch a Predator defense, because, so he hugs and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm so nervous. And he like separates and he's just like, I'm going to go to the restroom real quick. And he's like, okay, I'll be here. And then cue the motherfucker being like, what the fuck are you doing here? And then he tries to make a run for it. And here's a little context before I continue with the rest of this story. He met that decoy in person, I think, like on the weekend, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because he said that his birthday was Monday, was going to be that Monday. That Monday was going to be his fucking birthday. And the people who did the investigation found out through the messages that it was going to be his birthday. So basically like his early birthday. So
they bought that for a cake? Yes,
to add insult to injury, they bought party favors, party hats, and a fucking cake for this guy. So when he came out when he opened the door to try to make a run for it, they shot confetti at this motherfucker. I swear to God, they shot confetti at this motherfucker. And then they went, and he was startled, but he like tried to like get past them, and but then they kept grabbing him, and I think he was trying to like swing his arms, but he was like flailing them, but they thought he was like trying to hit them. So he was like, don't do that. I started like roughing him up a bit, like trying to get him to the ground, and he'd be like, no, please stop. Like he was like, stop. Like he was making noises and shit like that. And they basically like contained him, and they were like, you know why the fuck he's like, what the fuck are you doing? The typical, that the shit that all the new fucking To Catch a Predator YouTubers are doing. Like, the fuck you doing here, bro? You're fucking here to meet a fucking 14-year-old girl, bro. What the fuck? And and you know what the worst part is? Once the motherfucker finally got caught in 4K, the way he was just so nonchalant about the answers and he just accepted defeat kind of makes me feel like, A, you're either sick, or B, like I said before, you're just really fucking peanut brain, bro. Like, you're really just short bus retarded. Because how is it that literally, like, and this is why I'm saying it's a combination of stupidity and sickness. Oh, you're good. You spill? It's club soda anyways. It's fine.
I'll get it.
Yeah, don't trip. Because it's just like, bro, any person, you don't even have to have the highest IQ, bro.
Well, definitely, I mean, there has to be something wrong with him for sure.
Yes, anytime you hear the word 14 in a conversation, bro, you're like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. Boom, bam, bomb. That's it. So it's just like, the fact that he didn't bounce within the first, first seconds of that conversation is so fucking crazy, bro. And so, anyways, to continue the story, yeah, they just read the chat. They just read his messages out loud outside of the fucking fancy ass motel. He's like, he literally was just like, you want me to read this out loud so that everybody can fucking hear how much of a pervert you are? And he's like, oh yeah, I got a fucking pervert here having a 14-year-old girl before his birthday, trying to get himself a little birthday gift or whatever. And by the way, the whole time he's like trying to answer the questions, they like put a birthday hat on him.
Damn.
And they're just like, but literally he answers every question like, I know it was wrong, this and that, and he did the typical, no, I wasn't really gonna do anything. It's like, bro, the chat's all there, bro. And it's like, and you were making sex tapes with a 16-year-old in your office, or it's gross. And he's just like, no, well, like he was just kind of like, he was like a kid that got caught with his mom, and he was just like, well, I mean, like I know it was wrong, I fucked up, like I'm gonna be honest with you, and then basically they were stalling the guy until the cops came, because the cops eventually did come. And the worst part was, right before the cops came, they brought the cake with the candles lit. And this stupid motherfucker
Blew out the candle.
not only blew out the candles, but he's like, thank you, I appreciate it. This motherfucker said, thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate it. Happy birthday. And then they fucking gave him a balloon. And he was just like, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm like, my boy, they are adding insult to injury. You're going to prison, dog.
That's crazy.
You're going to, well, actually, I'll fast forward. I don't want to fast forward too much. Long story short, the cops come. Also, by the way, dude, these fucking people who do this fucking show are such trolls. The thumbnail, the last part of the video, they purposefully take out this fucker's stomach. So he's being handcuffed with his panza just all out. Just straight bare ass panza out, and they use that picture for the thumbnail, and you know how nowadays most YouTube like thumbnails are like over edited, so it's like they make a fat guy look even fatter, or somebody who's angry like more redder, or this and that. They made the panza look more shit, like they made him look more bigger, so they like.
Who are these fools? Are they from here? Like,
yeah, well, no, I think they're like. Well, one guy sounds European, the other guy does sound American. It's called Trilogy Media. They have their own app too, because the YouTube version is the censored version. You kind of have to go to their app to see the uncensored version, but it's free. You just have to sign up with your shit. They have they do a bunch of other media stuff, like typical like vlogs going in here, but then they also for some reason do the whole To Catch a Predator shit, Trilogy versus Predator. So long story short, they arrest the guy, and according to the records, he spent like maybe 2 days in jail. In like the holding cell, but then he was released on a court order, so he had to go to court like maybe like a month later. So he just got let go, and then and then we don't really know much, but from my years of seeing To Catch a Predator and having my experience, 9 times out of 10, since he's a first offender, even though I don't know if he's gonna get an extra charge for the 16-year-old, stuff, because. That might require some type of evidence.
Yeah,
because homie could have been smart and deleted them shit. So
yeah, because this was more like a sting, but it wasn't really him. Like
yeah, because stings are tricky, especially with these new generation of YouTubers who like be roughing these guys up and stuff like that. Because then if they got a decent public defender, they could be like, well, I mean, it was entrapment. They were like physically abusive. They were kind of like being it's like borderline vigilantism and stuff like that. So that'll like weaken the case, but. I think, in my humble opinion, the most part what he's gonna do, he's probably gonna have to be on his fucking sex offender list, like at the registry. Gonna have to go to those weird trailer parks with all the pedophiles and shit. B, he's probably, as part of his court order, prohibited from using technology to message anybody and shit. Because, I mean, aside from the fact that homie's been exposed in 4K, he hasn't been posting much on the gram. Also, I found out I fucking still follow this guy on Instagram, and I played PS4 with the guy. Gross, dude. To think you know somebody, bro. To think you know somebody. And it's just like, so yeah, and then, so, sex registry list, no computer technology, phone, internet, and then most likely either some type of community service or house arrest, depending on how much they want to throw the book at the boy. And then I'm assuming fines for court fees and shit like that, or like a fine or whatever. And then, yeah, I think that's it for like first timers, because we don't really know much else on the record. But it's just like, God, fucking damn it, bro. It's just like you hate to see it because you think you know somebody, man.
That's crazy.
And the crazy part is seeing everybody just repost this, and it really it goes to show you, dude, growing up sucks ass, man. Because sometimes you see the people you grew up with and you like hanged out, and you see how they fucking fallen from grace, dude.
You don't know how they turn out later.
Yeah, and you're just like, what happened to you, man?
So then we're both in agreement that that's today's he deserved to get stunned.
He deserved to get stunned. There you go, yeah.
On this segment.
Yeah. He hey. This motherfucker blew out the candles, bro. Oh my God, dude. And then I don't know, man. Part of me still felt sorry for the guy. But at the same time I know I shouldn't, you know? But it was just like, man, I remember you being fucking innocent. Little did I know. You don't know people, bro. Because apparently this motherfucker's been a creep since high school, bro. So, but it's just like, why? And then, well, he kind of did explain a little bit, because he's just like, he basically, says that they're like easier to like, like get to like you or manipulate and shit like that, literally. Because that's honestly the only reason why I think this motherfucker does that. I feel like he's that unconfident in his ability to get pussy that he's like, fuck it. I'll get vulnerable, fucking naive, fucking younger pussy and shit. Like they don't take much convincing, and it's just like, that's disgusting, dude. Wild. That is fucking wild, dude. So I don't know, man. And then, dude, I think he's gonna have to move out of of South LA, period, bro. He's got to take his ass somewhere else, dude. Somewhere far from here. I say Azusa. Go to the desert, my boy. Just get a trailer out there.
It's just funny that you actually suggested somewhere.
Well, hey, fuck it, broski. Like, hey, because, I mean, you are not safe in these streets, bro. God forbid he does come back, bro. And then he like tries to walk to the fucking store. Somebody recognizes him, like, hey, isn't that motherfucking pedophile? And then he ends up getting his ass beat and shit like that, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, your life is over. And that's the thing that fucking sucks, dude. It's like, your life is over the dumbest shit, bro. You literally could have just said, peace out. I don't want to talk to a person. I don't want to talk to a minor. That's totally inappropriate. Block, delete. Like, that's all you had to do to save you from public humiliation, because his video has thousands of fucking views. You're getting caught in 4K. Not only getting caught as a pedophile, you're also being publicly humiliated with the whole birthday shit. Yeah. And it's just like, and then now you have to be on a fucking sex offenders list. I mean, God, I doubt you're still going to have the job you had originally. You're going to have to be working like shitty jobs or something, or like Uber Eats and shit. Do they let pedophiles on Uber Eats? hey, that's the Tony's titillating question of the day. Dude, pedophiles still do DoorDash, bro.
Follow us on the next episode.
Follow us on the next episode. Hey, I'm gonna do this research, bro. I gotta do this research. Hold on. Imagine. Damn.
I like the vibe. I like the vibe of this new structure.
Yeah, for real, dude. Fuck. Imagine, bro. You're just like. You ordered some Arby's. You're like, yo, did he fucking molest my fucking Arby's beef and cheddar?
See, how deep is the vetting for fucking becoming an Uber Eats
for
person?
real,
they don't really
dog.
vet you like
they
that.
really don't do backgrounds like that.
Because look what has happened. Look what has happened with even like Uber drivers. Like some Uber drivers have fucking molested the riders and shit.
Oh
too.
Fuck, for reals, dude. Oh damn, so this dude should definitely stay away from Ubers, because that's just a whole new territory for the guy.
Imagine like that.
Oh crazy. My God, dude.
See, now that shit just made me like double think.
I know. Like, what if 1 in every 5 fucking Uber, fucking DoorDash delivery dudes are like pedophiles and shit? Because I'm not gonna lie, dude. I see. Because me and my girl used to order. That's why I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro. I'm not a fan of ordering food. Because sometimes you see motherfuckers the way they pull up and shit like that, and I'm like, you got a story that I'm kind of that if you were to tell me, I'd be like, damn, bro. Like, I remember one time I got a weed fucking delivery, and it was like some like older lady, like in her 40s. You can tell like this car is like her only like thing she kind of really got in life and shit. And it seems like, I guess she's like doing this weed stuff is kind of like the only thing she can get the job to do, I guess. I don't fucking know, but it's just like sometimes because I'm a motherfucker that kind of judges a book by its cover, if need be, bro. Sometimes you see some shit, and I could put two and two together sometimes, and I'm just like, oh man, that's kind of depressing. Some people are cool. Some people are like, oh yeah, here's the thing. Sometimes you see the inside of their car, bro, and it's just like, man, fucking. Let me give you a tip, bro. I'll give you a tip, cause
nah, but see that story.
hey, that's your little hint. If I ever for the one in the blue moon time that I actually do order, have the most depressing inside of a car. So when I get the food, I'll feel so bad. I'll be like, let me tip this guy.
Nah, yeah, that's crazy though, cause you never know like who's pulling up to your house with the food and shit, and you don't know what the fuck they can do to it. I mean, as much. I mean, I do appreciate the restaurants that do seal your food like really good. And then there's some that is just like fast food, for example. I mean, that could easily just fucking go in your bag and
just fucking
take your shit.
Fucking come on your burger.
Yeah. Not like one time, like I had ordered some shit, and this was
like
I never got it, like, cause you know you could see when people are around your area. Like the person had, I guess they had checked in, like marked it as like they had dropped it off, but I never got my shit. So it's like, you know, some people even take your food too. So it's like, you got to deal with that. And then you got to deal with, like, you got to wonder if people did even go in your food or not. And I don't know. Who knows what they would do.
These fries taste extra salty. Somebody's fucking grubby ass fingers have been on this shit. Bro, can I tell you a funny ass story that happened with one of my homies, bro? So listen. So one time we ordered some food and and I told this fool, I was like, you have cash? He's like, yeah. I was like, don't put a tip on the app. Just do a cash tip. Because whenever you tip on these electronic shits, bro, immediately it's coded to divide it between, like, the company, and then you get whatever's left over and shit. But cash is cash. Cash you can just put in your pocket and that's it. So I think I told him, I was like, put 0 tip, but on the message, you know how you write a message to these drivers, you put giving cash tips, so they know, okay, he didn't give me a tip, but he's gonna put a cash tip. I guess he forgot to do that, and bro, he ordered a 3-piece tender meal from Popeyes, bro. And I guess this motherfucker was so upset that he saw that this was gonna give 0 tip, bro.
Never took off with it.
No. He got to the delivery. He gave his shit. He had a little, like, you know, ugly look on his face. He's like, all right, there you go, man. And he's like, and then that's when my friend was like, oh, thanks. And he gave him the tip. And he was like, what's this? He's like, oh, it's the tip. Yeah. I didn't tip you on the app because I know, like, Uber be taking some of that shit. So I wanted to give you a cash tip so you can just have the whole thing. And he's just like, oh, fuck. Oh, okay. All right, thanks, man. And then he left. Broski, we opened the food. This motherfucker took a bite of his biscuit. And there was only one tender left.
See, that's what I mean. Like,
this motherfucker got played foul. He got his biscuit bitten in half, and then he got 2 out of his 3 tenders taken, bro. God damn. I'm not gonna lie, that delivery fucking dude looked like, he looked like he didn't give a fuck. He's like, I don't give a fuck if you give me fucking stars. Your bitch ass didn't even tip, bro. I'll fucking give you that shit. Oh man, that was so hilarious. I was like, damn.
Nah, but see, like,
dirty.
I hate when it, like, cause like me in general, like, I like to tip, you know, when we go to restaurants, bars, whatever. But then there's those people that, like, you know, they just expect it.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, wait, like, we're still here, like, we're not leaving yet, but then they're just already, like, expecting you to freaking tip them and shit. And then they start giving you, like, a shitty attitude at that point, and it's like, all right,
oh my god,
you don't even know if I'm gonna tip you or how much I'm gonna tip you, but now you're fucking it up for yourself because you're over here giving me, like, an attitude. Like,
bro, could I tell you a fucking story about that dude that haunts me to this day? And I'm gonna name drop these fuckers. Sushi Sumo or Sumo Sushi in fucking Gardena. Fuck you, bro. Y'all did me so foul, bro. So this was back in college. You know me, I'm a fucking college kid making minimum wage and shit like that, you know? But me and my girlfriend at the time, we had finished classes and we were a little hungry, so we're like, fuck, let's get some sushi. Broski, we literally got in there. All we ordered each was one order of a California roll and a fucking glass of water. We eat the waitress comes, gives us our food, gives us our water. After that, we literally tell her, okay, we just wanted this food, so can we just get the check? Bro, spent at least at max a minute in my fucking in the fucking room, like in the fucking table. We go to pay, and I don't tip because it's just like, well, we didn't need you to go the extra mile. We literally just ordered a single plate of the most easiest fucking sushi to make and a fucking cup of water, you know? So I'm thinking, okay, well, whatever. We were just quick customers that, you know, you didn't have to have a fucking deal with it a lot. Broski, we get up to leave. Mind you, I paid the full amount. Okay, I just didn't leave a tip, which is not required. And she checks the receipt and literally out fucking loud right before we go to the door is like, hey, you no tip. You know, to out loud to everybody. And there was a fucking bar right next to them because there's like a little like round table bar and the tables. We're at the tables. Full of fucking people drinking and taking sake bombs. So then they were like, oh, no tip. So then everybody was like, no tip, no tip. Bro, I got so embarrassed. I reached into my wallet and grabbed the $10 that I was supposed to fucking use for gas. And in a panic, just gave it to them. Because I was like, that was a very embarrassing ass situation, bro. Bro, I was so heated walking out of that fucking restaurant, bro.
Man, that's fucked up for them to call you. I like that.
Yeah. I was like, for what? A one plate of California rolls and a fucking glass of water,
like a
bro?
similar thing happened. Maybe not to that extent, but it was like we were at a bar, me and B, and we had gone to this bar, and there was one of the bartenders apparently knew B from a different restaurant, and then I forgot how it happened, but the point is that he recognized B, and then he made the comment of like, oh, like I know you, and then he's like, you never tip. I'm like, what the fuck? Like we just got there. We're gonna go sit down and have drinks, and mind you, this place that we would always go to, we would always tip good, like to our bartenders. We take care of our bartenders and our servers and shit. But that fool made that fucking comment. That shit got me mad. He said that shit about B, but obviously, I mean, that's the homie. And
yeah, exactly. Like, dude, any person who would be in that situation would be like, that's fucking rude, dude.
And I'm like, what the fuck? We just fucking got here, and you're just gonna like, you're over here saying,
did you stay?
Well, we stayed because we knew the other bartenders. Like they always treat us good there. And I mean, we're gonna stay regardless. We didn't know this dude. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, my petty ass would have been like, oh, I don't tip. All right then. Well, guess what, my broski? I'll do you a favor. Bro, I'd have been like, bro, we just got here, but if you already claiming that we're not gonna tip, even though you haven't even fucking seen us whip our wallets out, then you know what? We'll take our business somewhere else. I would have fucking dipped.
Because he didn't know that we knew the other people. Yeah. So like, luckily, I mean, like our boy, he was the one that like served us and shit, and obviously we always tipped him, but. Just so that he could see that shit. And
has he experienced that bartender in the past?
Well, according to the dude, like he said, well, I think, yeah, because I think B told me, like, yeah, like this dude, like he used to work at a different restaurant, and then that's where that dude have recognized him from too. But it's like, why the fuck you gonna make that comment? Like, bro, you don't even know.
Yeah, that's mad foul, dude. Don't do that to the boy. Like, bro, like especially if you just got here, bro. Like, bro, if I was a manager, I'd be like, are you out of your fucking mind, dude? Don't fucking say that to our customers who are just trying to sit and get a drink. How do you know? Maybe at the time he didn't tip you, but today's a new fucking day, bro. For all you know, if you give him great service, they'll give you a fat tip, bro.
But just half of that shit is like, all right, now you gonna start this way, all right? Then fuck you. Then you're not gonna get a tip again.
It was a bartender, huh?
Yeah, he was a bartender.
Bro, some of these bartenders, bro. Listen, I've had great bartenders before, but you know what? All the bartenders that I met are great. The only ones that are not that I don't fucking fuck with are the motherfuckers in the fucking areas and clubs in downtown. In downtown, like, you know, fucking La Cita.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking some of the bartenders there. Some of them are cool.
Dang, name dropping again.
Yeah, I'm name dropping again. Okay, and I don't know if this person is still bartending there, but of course it was a white woman. All right, and yeah, we've been drinking. I wasn't drunk though, but I was in the sea of fucking a bunch of people. You know, so I was like, okay, well, it's gonna be a fucking mission to get to fucking get a drink. But I was patient. Yeah. I was fucking patient. And I was able to finally get my drink, and she rung me up, and fucking I was putting my wallet away, and then trying to make sure the drinks didn't get, somebody didn't knock over the fucking drinks. And so I literally moved them from one side to another because this place was crowded. But I guess in that moment, she just assumed that I was taking my drinks without signing. And so she's just like, she was like, you need to sign. She was like knocking, like, sign, or else your payment won't go through. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to sign. I was just moving the drinks to the side real quick because I didn't want them to get knocked off. Well, I didn't even say that. I didn't even get a chance to say that. She just, like, went bitch mode on me for that one instance, and then just went to go serve somebody else. And I was like, all right, bitch, 0. Because it's just like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like, chill the fuck out. I know it's a fucking jungle out here right now because it's like peak fucking bar hour, but it's just like, it's not my fault you hate your fucking bartending gig. You would think somebody that would work this shift, like on a Friday night, would be used to the fucking chaos, And it's just like, bro, the interaction literally lasted 2 seconds, dog. Leave me the fuck alone.
Nah,
like,
and then I hate the places where it's like the drinks aren't even good. Like, you go to places and it's like, all right, yeah, I mean, I still tip them, but it's like, and then if you're gonna have that type of attitude and your drinks still don't even taste good,
yeah.
Like,
we need that food from Bar Rescue ASAP, dog. Yeah, I'm one of those people that, like, look, if I have a shitty time in a fucking place, listen, I'll speak up if, like, my order's taking a minute or something like that, but I'm never one to be like, to just be bitchy. Because I feel like an asshole if I do it. I'm never like, hey, we still haven't been served. I'll just be like, excuse me, can we get served? It's been kind of a minute, sorry. And I would say sorry, or just make them feel like it's not, like, I'm not fucking, raising my voice on them and stuff like that, man. But there's some people that I be hanging out with, bro, that be just, like, would be nice if we could order our drinks. And it's just like, hey, bro, chill. Like, relax, dog. Because I get it. And it's just, but the reality is this, man. If you have a shitty time anywhere, whether it's a fast food joint, a restaurant, a bar, or whatever, okay, just fucking get your check, pay whatever you need to pay, get the fuck out of there, and just tell yourself you're not going to be coming back. They lost a customer. That's it.
Yeah. No, but yeah, like, in general, I mean, I do respect, the working people in the restaurant, because I mean, the restaurant business is like probably like one of the most stressful shits.
Yeah, that's why I try not to be such a Karen, And then, yeah, like I said, most of the bartenders that I've talked to have been great, aside from those fucking ones in downtown LA. But I don't know I don't know if it's something in the air or the water over there that be just making people bitchy, because people in downtown already just have, like, the most narcissistic bitchy attitude.
Yeah, well, I mean, also take into consideration, like, everybody is coming in from other, Long Beach or whatever, the surrounding cities, coming to party to downtown, and you get all kinds of people there. So, I could see why, people could have an attitude like the bartenders or whatever, especially when you're getting all these, like, bougie ass, like, people coming in with shitty ass attitudes as a customer or whatever.
No, I get that. And to be honest, it's just as long as everybody can fucking get along, man. That's all I fucking want, man. Like, there has to be this fucking tension and attitude, and the little subtle undertone, like, bitch, bring me my fucking garlic bread. No. Oh shit, we reached an hour. Nice.
Oh wow.
Damn, dude. So see?
I don't even feel like it.
I know, dude. This is a barrel of laughs, actually. But you know what? I feel like this is really good because I literally just treated this very raw, and I feel like that's what I kind of wanted this new podcast to be. Because I used to love the, hey, everybody, what's up, fucking Tony Talks intro. Oh, this has been Tony with G and this and that, But I feel like you got to mature, man. All right? So listen, this has been the podcast, man. Tony, G, you already fucking know how it be. First episode in Casa de Tony, but probably we'll switch it over to the LMNG studio soon. We just really wanted to get this first episode out ASAP. And, yeah, thanks for listening. G, any last words?
No, we're just excited to see how much more we can keep building this podcast up.
Yeah.
All the creative ideas that we can start incorporating with this and see how far we could take it.
And get it cracking, son.
And thanks to those who have been following. I mean, I haven't met probably any of y'all, but I hear people follow. I hear people listen. So
yeah, they fuck with you, G. Back in the TTP days, bro, you got your little love letters via Instagram and shit.
Shout out to all y'all, that have been listening from from the
Day
TTP
one,
days.
all right? This is a new chapter, but don't worry, we're going to make it a hot one, all right? This is TTP is the Godfather. This is Godfather Part 2 type shit. You feel me? We're going full Michael Corleone in this motherfucker, all right? We taking no prisoners, but anyways, yeah, man. Tony's titillating tidbits. Tony G, stay safe. Stay strong, Grasa. Peace.